going on, guys? It's your boy Kev here, back with another video. Today is going to be NBA prize picks. We are going over the Wednesday, January the 13th slate. Guys, if you're new to the channel or new to prize picks, I will go through a quick rundown that I do every video. Prizepicks, guys, is a daily fantasy sports platform where instead of picking players, you pick overs and unders on the point projections of players. So if you're looking at Gordon Hayward here at 36 points, you can take either the over or under on him, and you got to pair that with another pick. So it's kind of like a parlay. You can pick that like Lamelo Ball, so I can pick 1 and 2, like over for Hayward, under for Melo, and that'll be my 2-pick parlay. Now you can pick 2, 3, 4, or 5 players together. So obviously, the higher risk you do, higher reward you get. You can also do it through sports, so I can take, or through different sports. So I can take Gordon Hayward's over at 36 and hit, I don't know, Jared Goff at under 15. And you can pair those together. So it's a lot of fun. Whatever they're offering, you can pair them up together. Really fun, guys. Love doing it. If you do get into prize picks and you want to, and you're having some success with it, I saw someone on our page yesterday, I think they said they've won 15K through prize picks so far. So I was like, if that's true, that's awesome. That's great so far. I know our Patreons love it. A lot of our Patreons have super successful weeks with prize picks. So let's absolutely get into it. So and like I said, if you do sign up, please use code DGF. It really helps us out, really supports the channel. And a little FYI and tidbit, prize picks matches 100% of your first deposit up to $100. So when I did it $100. You can do whatever you want, but if you are going to do it, I would just say deposit the full 100 because they'll match it. So why not take full advantage of that? But moving on, we will go over the picks right now. So, like I said, NBA, we're going over some basketball players here. 8 players on the board. They usually add some more before slate lock, but by the time when I usually do this, I do this right when this opens up just to give you guys kind of like a first look at it, and give you guys my take so you can think about it, get some time to check it over, and tell me what you think. So right now, we're looking at 8 players. We got Gordon Hayward off the rip. Gordon Hayward, guys, I talked about him last time. I think he was on 2 days ago. I'm not going to touch him. I didn't touch him last time. I'm not going to touch him now, especially at 36. I don't like him. He's just too inconsistent. He's a nice guy, good player, but he's just too inconsistent. I mean, he had a string of games that were 24, 19, 50, 35, 60, 40, 19, 42. I mean, that is so damn choppy, so up and down. It's just riding the wave. So you got to get lucky with Hayward a little bit. It kind of takes the skill out of it. So I'm going to avoid him again. Gun to my head, I would say over just because 36 is reasonable for him. But, I'm still going to avoid him if I have the choice. So moving on to Lamelo Ball at 34. He's someone I'm going to target the over of. I think 34 for Lamelo Ball is actually pretty fair. Super reasonable for him. He's averaging over 40 points over his last 8 games. As I talked about, Hayward hasn't been inconsistent, and Lamelo has really picked up the slack for that team. So I like Lamelo moving forward, and seems like he's really finding his own right now. Moving on, we got Grant at 33. Player to monitor, which could affect his output a little, is Derrick Rose, who is a game-time decision. But that being said, I'm so easily taking the over at 33. This one is a lock for me. It's probably my easiest one on the slate, whether D Rose plays or not. Grant has hit over 33 in 8 of his last 9 games. 8 of his last nine games, he's hitting that over. So, I mean, that is ridiculously consistent. I mean, Prizepicks does a really good job, guys. They usually price people pretty accordingly. It's not like Draftkings where, like, I feel like there's as many leverage plays. Just because this is easier to score, you don't have to get the perfect lineup. You don't have to construct this crazy thing. You're only picking 2 players right if you pick the 2-player parlay. So they have to get pretty darn close with these projections. So for one like this, where I feel like Prizepicks was just off on this one, I'm definitely slapping the over on 33 for Grant. So like I said, situations like this don't come up too often. Julius Randle, I'm going to avoid him at 44. Bullock is a game-time decision, but shouldn't really affect his performance too much either way. But coming off a trash game where, he shot 2 for 9 and was 0 for 2 for 3-pointers. So I'm probably just going to avoid him at 44. He's been a little spotty too. He has like streaks. He'll do good 3 games in a row, bad 3 games in a row. He's a good player, but I really want to see some consistency out of him before I start touching him. I think I talked about him last time. I think I picked the over, and I don't know. He might have burned me there. So I don't know. I'm just going to stay away from Julius Randle until I see some more consistency. Moving on to D'Angelo Russell. Love D'Angelo Russell. He's been balling out for me this year a little bit. Guy I have in my season-long team, but I think that's too accurate of a projection at 36. Towns is a game time decision, but expected to play. Obviously, that does affect his performance, but he has played with Towns a game or two this year, and he's been, you know, consistent with or without him pretty much, and his consistency is just always around that 36-point mark. If you don't believe me, so much to the point where in 4 of his last 5 games, he was within 4 points of 36, whether it was under or over, but he's just dancing around that every friggin' time. So it's just way too accurate of a projection. Prizepicks nailed that one. Hats off to him. Moving on to SGA, my guy Shy. Went over him, I think it was last slate. I think it was last night. I talked about him at like 30. I want to say it was a 38-point projection then too. Slapped the over. Cashed really easily with him. I think he got 56 points last night. So kudos to that pick. It was kind of a no-brainer. It kind of reminded me of the Grant one. I was just like, that's way too low for him, especially with how he's been playing. I think it might have been even under 38, but at 38 right now, I'm going to run it back, smash the over. I mean, he's been balling out. No reason to doubt him. Been cruising past that projection. So until he proves otherwise, I'm going to take him over 38 pretty easily. Moving on to Young. Young's interesting just because Atlanta has so many friggin' people out or either out or game time decision right now. So I am a little bit hesitant when it's just saying fade him or taking the under, but just for that reason alone. But Young has been pretty rough this year. I mean, since the new year, he's fallen under 44 5 of 8 times, which is, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard of. It's only slightly more often than not. But the 3 that he's cleared that price point, it was just so close. It was by like 3 points, 4 points. Like he's not clearing anything. So, and when he's gone under, he's gone pretty far under a couple times. So you can decide that one on your own. I'm going to probably say under. I know that's a little ballsy with everyone being banged up and hurt on that team, but I'm probably still leaning towards under just how he's been playing. Moving on to Devin Booker. At 36, I'm probably not going to touch Devin Booker on the last person on the slate here. I think it's just too accurate of a projection. Prizepicks did a great job with that one. He's too hot and cold. I'm going to avoid him for sure. So that's the video, guys. Let's just run through real quick. Devin Booker, going to avoid. Young, I'm going to say go under. Pretty close, but go under. Shy, I'm smashing the over. D'Angelo, I think that's too accurate. Prizepicks smoked that one. Not going to go near that. Julius Randle, I'm going to avoid again at 44 just because of how he's been playing. Grant, I am going to smash the over. I think it's the easiest one on the slate. Lamelo, I'm going to smash the over. I think that's a pretty easy one on the slate as well. And then Gordon, I'm probably not going to touch due to his inconsistency. So, you know, there's a couple ones to avoid there, and then I gave you, you know, 3, 4 I feel pretty good about. So guys, that's my take for the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Super excited. Got MMA coming up this week. We got NFL prize picks. We got our NFL slate to go over. Playoff football. I mean, what gets better than that, guys? And MMA is back, so you know I'm happy. Thank you guys for tuning in again. And as always, let's cash.